Hello, darlings. Welcome to Narc Free Formula. Excuse me. My name is Freedom. Thank you for joining me. In tonight's episode, I'm going to be talking about narcissists and closure. A lot of people asking, about whether or not the narc wants closure. Will the narc give closure? And there's a particular question from Martin Mann on Quorum. He says, "My narc discarded me in the most brutal way, and now 6 months later wants to meet up and have a discussion. Apparently, there are things we should say to each other. Is he just trying to get and give closure?" Questions like this makes me realize why I do what I do. That is just like a lamb being led to the slaughter. And the saddest thing is that people who have been in a relationship with a narcissist still think that the normal rules of engagement apply, and they just do not. So, Martin, if your narcissist is trying to meet up with you to have a discussion about anything at all, I can guarantee you 100% that it's not about closure. Narcs don't ever want closure. They don't want you to have closure. They don't want there to be closure. They always want to have a foot in the back door, because God knows there's going to come a time when they are going to need you. So, they can't have you getting closure, being healed, moving on, being happy, living and let live. That's all idealistic kind of poppycock dreams. No, narcissists are more like, my property. And I've said this before, a narcissist might even not want to play with you, but they still consider you to be their toy, their property, their belonging. They're happy to shelve you for a while they go play with their new toys, but that doesn't mean they want anyone else touching their toys. And to give you closure would be to allow you to move on, to fall in love, be happy, get over them. So there'll be none of that going on. More than likely, look, they might say that that's what it's about. If they are actually saying that, it's usually because what they want to hear is you saying, but maybe we could give it another chance. Maybe things could have worked for us. Maybe it could be different in the future. Or who knows where the future will lead us. Maybe we'll meet back around on the flip side. That's the kind of stuff they would like to hear. So if they're going to say anything about closure, they're saying it for that reason. But more than likely, this has nothing to do with closure. It's nothing to do with, them feeling remorseful about how things ended, or any of the normal things that normal people would discuss after a relationship is broken down. What it is more than likely about is things with the new supply didn't work out as well as they'd planned, or they're bored already and they're just testing the waters to see if you're receptive and open to them swinging back around again, recycle the ex, or maybe they need money, maybe they need somewhere to stay. You've got to remember, narcs are about usury. They're manipulative, their lies, and they're about usury. What they need, what they want is all they care about. They have a need for something. Who can give it to them? The ex. The ex can give it to them. Yep, call up the ex. Tell them whatever bullshit they want to hear so that they can come down and give me what I want. And believe me when I say this, that's exactly what they do. They will tell you whatever shit they think will get them what they want. They don't care if they say the most outrageous lies. They just do not care. So as I said, not about closure, might be about sex, Might be about money, having somewhere to stay. They might just need a bit of a pep up. Their fuel supplies run a bit low. The new supply is not quite cutting it. So being able to talk to you and being able to get you to jump through hoops, even if you just, even by just agreeing to meet up with them on the telephone, that in itself is you jumping through hoops for them. And that makes them feel good, especially if you're a grade A supplier, because it shows them, oh, he still cares about me. I still have power. I can still make him do things. I can still get what I want, regardless of the fact that I treated him so badly. Look, he's still taking me back. And it makes them feel good, because it's like, they have such low self-worth. Self-worth and self-esteem. But in their minds, it's like, well, at least I'm not that pathetic. Like I did, you said he discarded you brutally, and yet you were still thinking about having a conversation with him, and going and talking about, I don't know, something important. So in his mind, he is thinking how pathetic you are, how low your self-esteem and self-worth is for you to even go and have coffee, have a chat, whatever. If you had self-esteem and self-respect and self-worth, you'd be saying, get fucked. You damaged me. Stay away from me. Don't talk to me. Right? That's how narcissists work. So you got to kind of toughen up. You're going to have to harden your heart. This is not a love thing. It never was about love. It's just about fuel, getting what they want, and as I said, usury. And they don't care about what they say or what they do to get it. The end always justifies the means with the narcs. So just bear that in mind. And I mean, who cares what they want? What? Seriously, who cares what they want? Everything that comes out of their mouth is a lie. It's a lie, a manipulation, or a rewrite of history to gaslight you, confuse you, or to triangulate you with the new supply. Maybe things aren't working out with the new supply the way they wanted, so they'll be saying to him, to the new supply, oh, I'm just going to go and have a coffee with the ex. We've got some stuff to work through. So now the new supply is shitting it, thinking, oh no, our relationship's going to fall through and he's going to go back to the ex. I mean, this is the kind of manipulative stuff that they do. And once you realize it, once you can see what they're about, why would you put yourself through it? Like, you got free. You got narc free. You actually managed to get narc free. He's gone. He's gone somewhere else. He's someone else's problem. Do not open the door for him. Do not let him back in your life, because I guarantee you it is just to take more, right? There's probably something that he forgot that he thinks he can get from you. So it's either to take more, get more, use more, steal more, damage more. It's never about love. It's never about anything good. There's no closure with narcs. Even if you actually went and had a conversation and tried to make it completely 100% about closure, everything you said, he would twist it around to ensure that you walk away from that meeting going, oh, that's, I just wish, gee, that didn't go well. We'll have to sort that out again. We're going to have to talk some more, because that's what they want. They don't want closure. I have had that many conversations with my ex about how we need to proceed if we are to proceed. So in regards to divorce, in regards to the child and all of that kind of thing. But we continue to have these stupid conversations because he doesn't want to understand. He just pretends that he doesn't know what he needs to do. That's what they do. It would be very simple, for him to figure it out. Like, he's a grown man. He's not stupid. But for some reason, he can't remember a basic, two-step principle. Let's get divorced, sign some papers, and then we'll talk about child, but not the other way around. That's not complicated. 2 steps, and yet for 2 years he has managed to initiate so many conversations on the grounds of wanting to talk about that, which he does for the first little bit, and then he starts crapping on about other things. So they don't want closure. They just want to be able to get fuel from you. And talking to you gets fuel. Upsetting you gets fuel. When you say anything good about them, that's massive fuel. Just remember that. Like, you've spent your time giving them, fuel supply. You've spent your time. You've done all that. You don't need to do that anymore. Okay, these people are your enemy. Just remember that. That's your enemy now for life. Okay, because you've caused an arc injury. The fact that you've gone away and the fact that he's even contacted you is showing that things didn't go quite the way he was planning. So he did a brutal discard, but maybe you just picked yourself up and kept on walking and he wasn't expecting that. Maybe what he wanted you to do was just take your punishment and then come suck it back up and cry and beg and, have all the power back.